Well, now it's time for another In the Legal Know with Vincent J. Russo. And Vincent is here right now with the second part of his special three-part series on life estates. And today we will be covering life estates and all of our favorite thing, taxes. Yay!
Your favorite topic.
Yes, I love talking about taxes.
Okay, so let's start with life estates are an estate planning tool. So it's part of the toolkit for estate planning. And just a refresher from last week, a life estate is a lifetime interest in real property. An individual then has the right to use, possess, and occupy a home for their lifetime. Simple definition, okay?
Very simple.
So we're going to talk about today, we're going to get into real estate taxes and when we sell the home, and in effect sell the life estate.
Okay,
all right?
So we're going to start with how are real estate taxes treated when there is a life estate?
Okay. All right. So,
Number one.
So with real estate taxes, the life tenant is responsible to pay for those taxes. All right. Now, what's a bonus is that the life tenant can qualify for the STAR exemption. That's the school tax
Let's just
relief
say
program.
who is the life tenant, just to refresh us on that.
All right.
Okay.
I'm going to back it up a little.
Just a little bit.
All right. Let's say mom owns a home and she wants to transfer it to her daughter and retain a life estate. So now mom is the life tenant and the child is the remainder person.
Okay. Just want to make sure we clear
All right.
that up with everyone.
So let's go back to the real estate taxes.
Right.
So mom retained the life estate. She's responsible for the taxes. If she's older, she can qualify for the STAR exemption. There's a basic STAR and an enhanced STAR, the enhanced STAR for an older person. Veteran benefits, the individual can qualify for, and any other property tax reductions that are available. So even though you've transferred ownership to the child, in my example, mom still is treated as the owner for the real estate taxes. She also is responsible to upkeep the home. You know, and pay for repairs and expenses.
Okay, so that responsibility is still there. Now, who pays the capital gains tax if the house is sold during the life tenant's lifetime?
You really are catching on. Capital gains taxes. You know the concept. All right, so we're going to sell the home during mom's lifetime.
Right.
All right, now there's split ownership. Mom owns part of the house as the life tenant. The child owns part of the house as the remainder person. So when it's sold, we have to first figure out how much money is going to be paid to mom at the closing and how much to the child. And that's based on life expectancy. The age of mom will determine that. And there's a table the IRS has, Table S. And that table says, if you're this age and you sell it at in this particular month, so a percentage goes to you, and a percentage then goes to the remainder person. Now, the gain has to be reported. Bought the house at a lower price than what it's being sold at. There's a capital gain. And now the gain gets split between the life tenant and the remainder person.
Okay.
This becomes really important because when you own a home and you use it as your primary residence, for 2 out of the last 5 years, you qualify for a capital gain exclusion, $250,000, $500,000 if you're married. But now, not 100% of the sale proceeds go to the life tenant. And so now the remainder person doesn't have a capital gain exclusion. And that could cause some significant tax problems.
Okay, so after the life tenant passes.
Okay.
What happens?
Now, different situation because of the rule step up in basis. So when mom passes in our example, the fair market value of the house becomes the tax basis. And so when the house then is later sold, it saves a tremendous amount of money in capital gains taxes. Let me give you a quick example. Mom has a tax basis in a house of $250,000. She's had it a long time. It's worth $1 million today. So if it's sold, there's a $750,000 profit and a tax has to get paid. But if the child inherits the house, when mom passes, the life estate is extinguished, the basis steps up to $1 million, it's sold for $1 million, zero capital gain, zero tax, saves about $500,000.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Very, very significant there.
So anyone who's selling a home, and if they have a life estate interest, get the legal advice, tax advice, get it from your accountant.
Yeah.
Make sure you understand the rules, what it's going to cost you or what you're going to save if you sell before, while mom is alive, or if you sell later after mom passes.
Okay, and tax day is tomorrow, everybody. Any very quick final tips for us?
Yes, file.
Exactly.
File by 12 o'clock tomorrow night, or file for an extension. So that way you avoid a penalty on any taxes you owe. Only interest would be charged. And you can make an estimated tax payment by going to irs.gov/payments.
Okay.
And don't forget, if you live in New York, you have to file for extensions in New York as well.
Okay, Vincent, thank you. And we have part 3 coming up that will be Medicaid and life estates. That it will be next week. So thank you, Vincent.
My pleasure. Helpful or problematic Medicaid next week.